So we are just days away now until we find out the next set of free PlayStation Plus games that we're going to be getting to play on both the PS4 and the PS5. And literally it's not too far away until we're actually getting PS5 and the PlayStation Collection. Tons and tons of stuff on there. Now, obviously, people are going to be looking for something new to play in the meantime, so it's that time of the week where we're going to check out the PlayStation Store and see what awesome deals there are for you guys. Now, as usual, before we get into anything, if you're looking to pick up a new controller, a modded controller, or just a custom controller, make sure you check out the sponsor Controller Mods. There's a link in the description where that will give you a discount and a discount code as well. But let's get into it. Now, the first section that we're going to look at, the PlayStation Plus deals. Now, the last time that we checked out the deals on here, granted, there wasn't that many, and I'll be honest, it's about the same at the moment. There's not a major amount of games. I think there's 12 games on the PlayStation Plus side. There's only one that's kind of stood out, and it's a game that I have actually seen before, just never looked at picking it up. It's a game called Vampire the Masquerade. It looks okay. I mean, normally this game is like 15, 16 quid and it's currently on sale for $7.99. Pretty much you get to pick one of 3 players, each that's got their own kind of powers and stuff. It looks okay. I mean, the gameplay for it doesn't look very, very special. It does look just very story-orientated. But let's be honest, a lot of people like that sort of stuff at the moment, and it's kind of the reason that I'm going for it. Now, I am hoping there's a load of Halloween stuff in the other sections. Recently, I've been playing Phasmophobia over on Twitch. You guys might have seen. If you're interested in checking out other stuff that I post that's not just gameplays, you can usually catch me streaming over there. You'll see something popping up on screen anyway. But the next section that we're going to look at, games under £16. Now, the first one that we're going to go for is something different. An indie style game. It's called Concrete Genie. Now, I've never actually heard of this one, but looking through at the stuff that's on here, this one actually looks pretty cool. Pretty much, you're a dude that finds a magic paintbrush and you get to bring your creations to life. It sounds pretty cool. You kind of explore the streets and the rooftops, completing puzzles and that sort of stuff. It looks okay, and I mean, the price of the game is normally 25 quid and it's currently $12.99. For the price of it, if you're looking for something new to play, it's definitely worth checking out. The second one that I'm going to go for, the only reason that I'm even going for this is because I played it when it was a free PS Plus game, so a lot of you guys will own it already. But if you missed out on it, it was just so fun to play. What Remains of Edith Finch. It's normally 16 quid, it's currently £6 on sale. Now, the one thing that I remember about this game, you go to a house, you're exploring, and then next minute you're a cat, and you're exploring outside as a cat, and then you'll turn into a different animal, and it was just so weird, but the story behind it was pretty cool. There's quite a few games out there like this, where literally you're trying to find out what's happened and what's gone on. Gone Home, The Park, those kind of games. It's kind of what it reminds me of, but I haven't fully finished the story of it, so I don't know the kind of twist that it's got in it. But for 6 quid, if you are into this sort of stuff, it's one that you will probably enjoy. And if you did ever play Gone Home, it kind of does have those kind of vibes, but not as kind of creepy. A little bit different, a little bit quirky, and it was pretty fun to play when I did check it out. And the final one that I'm going to go for is a game that is 99p. Yes, it's less than £1. And if you're after something random to play just to pass the time, it might be worth looking at. It's a game called Dead Island Retro Revenge. And yes, it does look like something that you'd play in an old style arcade cabinet. It's normally 4 quid anyway, so it's not usually an expensive game. But for 99p, if you're just after killing some zombies, messing around, it's definitely worth looking at. It is only single player though. I think it would be a little bit better, even if it was only couch co-op. But it still looks pretty cool. Like I say, for 99p, if you're just after something random to play, definitely have a look at it. But the final section, the Halloween stuff. You guys will already know when it's come to PlayStation Plus titles that have been like horror games, I don't do horror stuff. Recently, I've been kind of wanting to play a little bit more, and it's because of the game that I mentioned a little bit earlier, and a game that I put a video up of the other day, Phasmophobia. It's a horror game where you're in the dark, roaming around trying to search for ghosts and trying to figure out what kind of ghost it is. It's a game that I've really been loving to the point where I've not been making as many videos on the channel, just because I've been more playing that game all the time. So I've been putting the regular stuff out there, but not the extra content that I was doing over the past couple of weeks. If you're interested in Phasmophobia or other games like this, I have been streaming them over on Twitch. I tend to go through phases with Twitch. I'll stream for a month or two, and then I'll take a month or so break and then go back to it. If you're interested in watching me stream, make sure you head on over there. You'll see a link and stuff will pop up on screen so you'll be able to see what it is. But the Halloween stuff, everything's up to 70% off. In this section, straight away, there's a load of games that are not horror games, but I am specifically looking for Halloween stuff. So if there's games that I don't mention, it's just because they don't kind of go with the theme. There's a load of Destiny stuff and Rainbow Six Siege and that sort of stuff, but to me, it's not Halloween. So yeah, let's have a look what else there is. The first one, Alien Isolation. This game's normally 50 quid. It's currently on sale at £9.50. The Alien movies, I watched them growing up and I thought they was okay. To be fair, I didn't find the movies that scary, so the game, I don't know whether it'd be that creepy or not. I'm expecting more little jump scares and stuff more than anything, rather than the proper creepy vibes. But for under a tenner, if you're into horror games, Alien Isolation might be worth checking out. It's the full collection as well, so it's a big bundle of everything that's kind of being in there. This game is pretty old though. It came out like 5, nearly 6 years ago. And to be honest, I'm surprised it's not been free for people already. The second one isn't exactly a horror game. It's more of an FPS game, but it's got kind of horror vibes. It's Predator Hunting Grounds. It's normally 35 quid. It's currently £20 on sale. Now, the Predator movies can get a little bit creepy, similar kind of style to like the Alien movies. So with the game, it's not the same kind of horror vibes. It's literally just you're either playing as a Predator, where you can see people with the heat vision stuff, or you're playing as the soldiers hunting down the predators. And for 20 quid, if you're after an FPS game, it does look tons and tons of fun. The only reason that I don't actually own this is because none of my mates play it. When it comes to FPS games, I tend to play with my friends because I like playing in a party with people rather than just solo or randoms. No one plays it, so it's one that I haven't actually got to play properly yet. I think I played a bit of a beta for it a bit ago, but that's about it. We're like an early access trial thing. But yeah, the full game, not actually checked it out. For 20 quid though, again, if you're after a decent FPS, it's definitely one worth checking out. But the final one that I'm going to go for, and it's a game that I only actually know of because a friend of mine that streams actually streamed this and it looked tons of fun. He's called Snacks Gaming. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check him out. Awesome guy, and he plays some really random stuff. It's different than just the popular games that are out at the time. You can always find yourself some cool stuff. And it's the Dark Pictures anthology, Men of Medan. Now this, it's a cinematic horror game that you can play kind of on your own. You can actually play it with up to 5 players offline as well, which is crazy. It looks awesome. If you're into story-based games, definitely have a look at this one. Pretty much every character that you can play as has an opportunity to live or die, which is obvious. It all depends on the choices that you make in the game. You can play this online multiplayer as well. It's not just offline. It's the idea for me of kind of looking around aboard a ghost ship. It just sounds hella creepy. But again, if you're looking for something creepy to check out this Halloween, it's probably one worth having a look at. There is actually a free demo for it on the PlayStation Store as well, which will give you like the intro for it so you can see if it's your kind of game. But it's normally 25 quid, it's currently 16 quid on sale, so definitely have a look at that one. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for this one. Any games that you think I've missed out, anything that you've spotted that you think's worth checking out that's on sale, leave a comment down below, let me know. But that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you have, a like would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. But thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.